Hi everyone, welcome to MathSpellBook. I'm your host Peter, and basically we are going to get back into the proofs that we were doing last time. So I do believe that we were doing exercise 4 on Sascha's assignment sheet, his first one. So I wrote a little bit about what we... So, like, I actually did a little checking, actually. I went on ChatGPT. I didn't realize, like, apparently on ChatGPT you can basically just copy whatever it is you wrote, like, you know, like whatever you wrote on, like, say, whatever, like a notepad or something, and then upload it to ChatGPT, and basically it will look over what you did. And I decided to do that for this proof, and apparently it gave me a different type of way of structuring the proof. And I was like, interesting, because, like, I remember I think it was Sascha that was basically saying I had to do it by a case-by-case basis, and apparently, according to, I mean, like, I think depending upon the method, because apparently, according to ChatGPT, the proof here looks a little bit I guess less, like, it doesn't involve cases, so I thought it was pretty interesting. So let's just erase this, because apparently like me making this a subset is not very it's not very clear in the proof. So apparently, like, ChatGPT also had a problem with that as well. So that's not what I have to put in the proof. So according to ChatGPT, the way this proof is structured is that we have to let f be a function from A to B, and g be a function from B to C. And according to this, composition would be from A to C, right? Is defined by for all A in A, right? Yeah. Therefore, by definition, of a composition of a function, of functions. Of functions Yeah, because I remember Sascha said the last time we have to do it by case, but according to ChatGPT, we don't have to do that. So, if Sascha is, if he comes on chat, I'll probably ask him if it's necessary to do that. So let's see what's up for the next part here. So now we have to do number 2. Hey Sascha, actually Sascha, this proof that you were helping me with last time, I basically did a little bit of looking up on ChatGPT on it. Like I actually like highlighted what I had before and then I put it in ChatGPT. It gave me something a little bit different than what you've told me. Apparently it says that you don't have to do case-to-case approach. It basically gave me this type of proof. Now, I don't know if that's exactly what you were looking for in this, but, because, I mean, it looks, like, nice and clean. But at the same time, I don't know if that's, correct from what you're looking for. I basically just, like, took a picture of this and I just uploaded it on, ChatGPT. So it's exactly the same thing that we had last time. Like, I basically just highlighted it. I mean, like, I basically took a picture and I uploaded it. And then, like, basically, yeah, it told me the same thing you did. Basically, like, this was a problem. I know the logic wasn't great, so... kind of confused. X. Yeah, like this is the proof it came up with. I don't know if that's correct, or is it like just completely wrong. X is a subset of A and not an element of A. So I guess it's not correct then. Yeah, I even included it all in here. Like I included like X is a subset of A and Z is a subset of C. Yeah, I didn't get the capital letter right. Oh, okay. But isn't little x supposed to be an element of big X? Like within this prompt here? Because like it's supposed to be like the composition of X is equal to f of X. Okay. What would happen if we told it the correct prompt? So dang. The one thing I wish is that well, actually I could do this. Just highlight that. Okay, there we go. Let's see. Maybe just say X is supposed to be a subset of A and not an element of A. Uppercase, yeah, here we go. So X is an image. Let's see, proof. Let f of X and then let okay. Yeah, this proof is also fine. Oh, okay. Yeah, it looks more standardized. I mean, not standardized, but it looks like it basically is like less writing. It's just basically going by definition by definition. Interesting. I think I'll just... So the way this is structured, it is f and then let subset. Okay. So now we gotta have to do something similar down here. But that strategy only work very limited example. Usually you want to prove equality of a set with double inclusion. Let's see. Okay, so now we got this. Let's see if we can... But like you said, Sasha, you can't stay very long, right? But thank you for helping me out with that one. Sometimes, like, when it comes to ChatGPT, like, I wonder, like, if I should trust it or not when it comes to, like, solving, like, proof problems. Anyway, I'm gonna run. See you. I might be back in 1 hour. Okay, no problem, Sascha. Thanks for, like, dropping by. Oh, hello, Jose Gaming. How's it going? What's the best part of your day so far? And welcome to the MathSpellBook channel. Subset. Nice, mainly did some writing today. Oh, okay, cool. What is it that you're using LaTeX for? What are you writing up? Are you writing a math paper or are you writing a research paper? What is it that you're typing up? Right, so in this case, we have that formation. Because this is equivalent to basically saying g of f. So we're writing a bilinear algebra course. Oh, okay. That sounds cool. So are you a student, Jose? You student, are you undergrad student, graduate student, or basically you're already a working professional in like mathematics? Out like that. Then by the pre-image, should have just wrote element here. So if Z is supposed to be a subset of C, then if F inverse of Z, so inverse of Z, that would have to be that C is equal to G. Let's just say X for simplicity. I'm still studying in France. We don't have the same system, but I'm at a level equivalent to a sophomore year, I think. I'm in my second year in any case. Oh, okay. That's pretty cool. I'm guessing you're majoring in mathematics, or are you majoring in like another subject entirely? It's actually interesting that like with my streams I'm like getting to meet you guys from around the world. Yeah, math, absolutely. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I'm trying to learn math proofs on my own. Like, I'm basically doing math as a hobby, so doing proofs is really tough. So sometimes I have to rely on ChatGPT or like my other math friends to like help me get to the proof writing that is necessary for the problem. Maybe I should write all that down here. So f of z is equal to, but in order to get the pre-image of that, this implies that z is equal to g f of z. Yeah, there's a bit of work to be done on formalism, quantifiers, and first order logic in general to get things right. Besides, it fits in rather well with what you do. Manipulating definitions and extract properties. Yeah, I think with manipulating definitions is the hard part for me. It's like I can read the definitions, but then I'm like, I have to stare at the definitions for a long amount of time to basically like, okay, there's got to be something about this definition that I have to basically show, but kind of manipulate at the same time to basically make the proof make sense to me. By definition of the composition of functions is equivalent to So we got the regular composition, and let's see, the way we structured it was that maybe we should also also write z is equal to giving us this, and z is equal to, and by definition was, okay, so now therefore definitions seem more abstract when you're self-taught, I guess, and transforming them to make them more usable is a bit of work. Yeah. I don't know if this proof is good, because we did define that f is from A to B, and then g is from B to C, and then z is basically a subset of C. By definition of the pre-image, z is equal to f. Now maybe that is an assumption we shouldn't make, but then again, it also is an inverse. It's an inverse function. I mean, I feel like this is the right approach. But maybe I made a big jump here, like when I said therefore the inverse of g after f of z is equivalent to the inverse of f with the inverse of gz. I think we can erase this. I was just trying to get the right way of manipulation in my head. That's why I wrote that down. Let's see if... I feel like everything is fine, but... Hello, Menton. How's it going? Guess we can't attach that many images today. Maybe if I start a new chat. Let's see if... No, we can't. Dang. I'm doing alright. Right now I'm trying to check if this proof is correct or not, because I want to see if I'm missing anything. So far, last night I actually tried to prove this, tried to see what I did wrong with it, and apparently ChatGPT presented this, and I was like, oh, okay. I had to like I had to basically change up the parameters to make sure I got the right stuff, but apparently Sascha was here before and said this was correct. So I was like, okay. Now I'm trying to actually like use what I've learned from here to like kind of implement over here. Although I don't know if it's correct. Because I basically just used the pre-image of the inverse functions and just basically tried to use that to help us see better on what we're supposed to see here. Let's see here. I was just trying to see if I can use another AI to basically help me check my work. Because I don't want to have to type all this out. Okay, I guess I might as well just move on to the next problem. So F is basically from A to B, and oh, thank you for the follow, Otito 49. Thank you very much for the follow, appreciate it. And thanks to you guys, we managed to get to like 100. We get to 100 followers, so much appreciation to all you guys that followed the Twitch channel. What are the conditions? So basically, the reason why I put the pre-image... Oh, hey, Pen Center. I'll actually give you a shout out. If you guys are not familiar with Pen Center, they're also another awesome math streamer as well. They do a lot of like awesome like Q&As in addition to a lot of interesting lectures on linear algebra, as well as some on real analysis. I'm doing alright. Now I'm just basically trying to check if I'm right and correct in this proof that I wrote. Unfortunately, I used up all my image pasting abilities on ChatGPT, and I don't want to type all this out. I don't know if for any of those in the chat that are more experienced in math and math proofs than me, you can inform me whether my proof needs something, or it's lacking anything. I just used the definition of a pre-image to basically get like kind of break this down, like this part, because I always remember that Sascha always said look at the right, the side on the right, because take it as a challenge. And I think that dissecting this was like probably the right approach, to basically just like get this to appear like this, so that way we can have a composition, a definition of a composition here, so that way we can actually have this, which kind of brings out the symmetry to show that the inverses, they could be inverses of each other. Now, of course, like I probably am lacking some logic like in this section here, because maybe I have to define that a little bit better. Because usually when I don't know if it's correct or if it's wrong, I feel like I can't move on to the next step. Which is probably why like an AI is always like great for me, because I can just check it and just move on and just keep doing other stuff. But then again, like maybe I also have to know whether it looks correct to me or not, because sometimes like when I think it looks correct, it turns out that it's completely wrong. That's the reason why it's hard for me to like skip things. Let's see what we have here. If G and F are injective and then is injective. Okay. So I think we'll probably write it over here. It's probably a little bit better. So I think we'll just copy this, so we don't have to like go back and forth. So then we'll paste it here. Then expand it like so. Okay. So proof. Let G. Well, actually, maybe we should start with F. Make it like, so let F from A to B and G from B to C be injective. Injective functions by the definition of an injective function Here we go. Let's copy. The amount of times I actually copied and paste this is like unreal. If for all So in other words, and for all b prime of b is not equal to b prime implies GB is not equal to G prime. GB prime. Okay, if F and G are injective, then B after G after F is injective. Okay. I think we need the definition for composition. So copy this. We'll paste this here. So the composition. See, another way to say that F is injective is that for all A and A prime, F of A implies that. Oh yeah, I've read that in the book that I was using. Counterpositive can be easy to work with. Yeah, I've also read that in the book as well. The book I use is Book of Proof by Richard Hammock. Although he didn't go over left and right inverse in that book, which I'm very surprised about. Thought you would actually cover that part, but apparently it's not in the book. Maybe I have to like look at a better, like a more detailed proof book. G of F sends elements of A to elements of C. So G A to C. So meaning composition, G after F is injective functions. Do we have to do that? So, in other words, you can start with not equal to a prime and do the proof directly. That's what I would do. Maybe. So then, let's put this down here. Through proof of contrapositive what did they say? Suppose? Yeah. Suppose A prime are elements of A and F of A. Oops. Equal F of prime along with B, we are in B and G, B. You can simply start with G after F, X equals G after F, Y, and try to get, yeah, that seems like it's less wordy than what I was thinking. And I appreciate you guys like helping me out as I struggle. So you'll see that it is kind of easy this way. Okay. Okay, so now so the definition of injective, if for all maybe we should put B and A, because we're not using X or Y in this case. let's see, A and A prime. If you want, it's kind of the same thing, dummy variables. But you're suggesting we still do the proof by counterpositive, right? Just basically just let's see, so we have A prime be an element of A, and A is equal to A prime. Implies G after FA is equal to G A prime. You can start from A prime and then prove that A is equal to A prime with the definition and hypothesis you have on A, G, and F. Okay. Okay. What you just wrote is what you're trying to prove is the definition of an injective function. A is equal to A prime implies, true by the way, so now I have to prove that A prime is equal, A is equal to A prime. What you just wrote is on the proof. Okay. I'm just gonna write this at the bottom, so basically we know where we're going. Now I just gotta remember how I do this. Basically, it's equivalent to saying G of F of A and U of A prime is equivalent to basically saying U of F A prime. look at the definition of composition. So what can we say about G after FA and G after A prime? So that's what it says for composition here. Oh, thank you for the follow, Kimi. Much appreciated. So if G prime, that implies G of FA is equal to G of FA prime plus A Now is that the right line of logic though? I feel like that's what we want to say, but I don't know if I'm missing details in between these two parts. Yeah, I am missing a step. That's what I thought. So let's erase this part. Okay, so f of G and f of A and G and f of A prime. There's got to be something we got to do for you too. And why am I forgetting? I felt like I've done this before, but I'm just like, why am I forgetting this step? Use the hypothesis on G and F. Hypothesis? Oh, okay. If G is injective, it means that if GB equals G, it implies a contrapositive of the definition. What if, what can you deduce using that? B prime can be any element. Just choose the right ones. Yes, what is the contrapositive of what you just wrote? Let's see, let A and A prime be an element of A. A and A prime is equal to A prime implies that G after F A is equal to G after F A prime. Because I mean, so far, based on what we had before, if these are injective, then that means these should not equal each other. What is the contrapositive of? So is it supposed to be like this? Like not equal then? Because that seems like it's more like towards direct proof. Unless I'm missing something. Like I'm missing, because I'm trying to understand what you guys are like trying to explain to me. And I know with counterpositive we have to prove that A equals A prime, but at the same time it's like I'm going back to originally what I wrote before on the top here, and I'm like trying to use that because like I think that's like based on like trying to follow the instructions that you guys are giving, and I'm like starting to get a little bit confused on exactly like what is exactly I'm trying to aim for here. Contrapositive B implies Q and not Q implies P. Because I'm thinking if it's supposed to be counterpositive, it would probably be this. Like if f of a is equal to f of a prime, then g of f of a is equal to g of f of a prime. Because we're actually trying to prove that these two are equal, and thus proving that a prime is, unless I'm getting mixed up with something. want to prove that if G after f a is equal to G of f of a. I'm guessing you had to write prime there. Basically, you want to prove that G of f is injective with the hypothesis of G and f are injective, and the function f is if f of x implies that, then try to write it with using injective hypothesis of the. Okay, it feels like I've actually kind of wrote that, but at the same time it's like I'm trying to fill in exactly the detail that you guys are saying that I'm missing. I mean, it feels like that I've actually already shown that, but the thing of it is that like I'm trying to see exactly what you guys see that I am missing. And I think that's the thing that it's kind of like getting me a little bit like confused. Because I know we did counterpositive here, and we have all this stuff defining what we're looking for in here. Sure, because like I think it's because like I'm trying to understand exactly what is it that you guys are basically saying that is like missing here. And I feel like that the whole structure of my proof is not really that that great. So I'm like, it's really like, I don't even know if I actually should have wrote these definitions here. And then like right here, I'm like, it seems like I feel like I am doing proof by counterpositive correctly, but at the same time, it feels as if it's not correct because I think you guys are basically seeing something that I'm not seeing. Then we repeat the same step with if G and F is G after F A is equal to by injectivity, then F we can deduce that. Then we repeat the same step using the injectivity of F. So Know if that's what you guys were looking for. Actually, I don't even know if it's supposed to be this wordy. Like all these definitions right here. Is that the way you guys were expecting it to be written? I guess like for me, I just like am trying to like basically see how you know, like g of fa is equal to g of fa prime, and like how does that equivocate to basically f of a is equal to f of a prime, and then like a is equal to f of a prime. I mean, a is equal to a prime. Because I know they're basically kind of like, I guess like they're supposed to be like functions are supposed to be machines that are operating on f of a and f of a prime. And then because it's f of a and f of a prime, like they're kind of like equivalent to each other. They're supposed to be equal to like the same type of function as g. Because g is injective and f is injective. I think it's because like for me it's like I think like the thing that my mind is trying to understand is that how is it that like basically like this relationship equivocates to this, and then that equivocates to this. I think that's the relationship I'm trying to understand better, because I mean, like, you know, like when I think of functions, I usually think of them as like kind of like, I guess like you know, equations and stuff. And when I think about it, it's like I'm guessing g and f are supposed to be like the same type of function on both sides, because I keep thinking that like it's probably going to be a different machine on both sides and do different types of like operations. So I think like I think it might be a good question for chat if you guys can answer it for me, because you guys have led me to this result. Is that do you automatically assume that, let's say, g and f are supposed to be acting as like the same type of function on both sides, left and right side of the equal sign? I'm guessing that makes your job easier if you think of it as like the same type of like function or equation or expression, right? It's working because they're injective. But only for injective functions, right? That's the only way it could work, because we used proof through contrapositive to do that, right? That's the only way it works, right? G on the right side works the same way as G on the left side. Okay. Because usually now, like, the way I'm seeing functions is like, I mean, at least in proofwriting, it seems like the functions are like kind of like inner shells of each other. Like, basically, it doesn't matter what happened. It doesn't matter what G is, as long as you know what's inside it. And what's inside it will allow you to have, like, I guess, an equivocal relationship. It's like it doesn't matter what is F. All that matters is what's in F, which is like A and A prime. I mean, that's how, like, my mind is sort of like kind of like changing up with the way I'm thinking about it, because I'm so used to functions being like self-explanatory, like, you know, like x squared or x cubed, or like, you know, the simple functions that we're just so used to calculating. And I'm like, how do you know that the function, like, say, like f of a prime is not, say, like x cubed, while like f of a is like just x squared? You know, like it's like stuff like that. And I guess, like, for me, it was just kind of like hard to actually like make that I guess, like, develop the sight to see it differently, if that makes any sense to you guys. So what's number 4? So I think we'll just do this. Then copy this. It's an abstract function. You don't know who is f, and it can be any injective function. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get used to. I'm trying to get used to, like, thinking of them as just like, you know, just like it's like you basically buy a machine for multi-purposes, but it's still the machine that does the main objective. If that makes any sense. Although I still don't know if I did this proof correctly. I know I'm probably thinking too much about it. When you go deeper in math, you're going more abstract. Yeah. I kind of, like, had a feeling that that was the case. The only reason why I want to learn proofwriting is just to have better tools equipped, and when I want to pick up more abstract mathematics within theoretical physics, or at least learn mathematical physics on, like, a more deeper level. Hopefully you guys don't mind me, like, struggling through these proofs. I bet you guys, like, usually, like, I always imagine you guys, like, since you guys are, like, more experienced in math, you probably are screaming at the screen. It's like, no, do it this way. No, do it that way. Do it this way. No, you wrote this wrong. You gotta do it the other way. Like, it's like my gamer friends that basically know how to play games, but, like, when I play video games, like, sometimes, like, I feel like I'm stuck trying to beat a boss, but I just didn't develop the muscle memory of it, you know. Because when you guys give me instructions, I try to follow it to like what you guys are trying to say, but sometimes, like, I misinterpret things, and then I sort of feel like I'm like that newbie surgeon that's basically trying to, like, operate on a patient, but then you guys are like, no, don't cut this vein. it's like you're getting too close to the heart. It's like that type of stuff. And I feel like I want to do a good job, but I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I don't know what I'm doing right. I think it's a good, like, it just gives me a good laugh sometimes. But I'm thankful you guys are willing to, like, give me some help and, like, share your knowledge with me. I always appreciate that. Because I think with proofwriting, I feel like when I write a proof, I feel like I should... There are times when I feel like it is right, but at the same time, like, the logic is not built because I'm still not fluent in it. And when I study by myself, I don't have a teacher that basically tells me, oh no, this is wrong, or this is the way that it's supposed to be written. That's why I have to rely on, like, AIs to basically tell me, like, where my lacking of proofwriting is at. But you have to let go of the idea of functions as what you know from high school. Functions can be a lot of different things. They don't even have to return numbers. They could output functions if you want. Yeah, I know, like, I have to learn functions that give out functions, like in functionals for variational calculus. Take a look at the indicator function. I do have some ideas of simple proofs to train yourself on. Actually, like I love doing the proofs involving even numbers and odd numbers. Those are fun because I feel like I actually have the tools to actually like kind of like implement them. But when it comes to things like functions and like unions of functions or intersections of functions, I still have a lot of work to do with those. I've seen the proof with the square root of 2 though. That one was also interesting. I think that number theory is more fun to get familiar with proofs. Oh, okay. Because I know with real analysis, like, I think like with functions, it's like, I have to keep in mind exactly what is it that I'm trying to write about. But thank you for sharing all of those, like, fun tidbits, guys. I always appreciate you guys, like, being the supportive words of wisdom in the chat. Okay. No, actually, I always like writing it F first because it starts with A to B. And G from B to C. B, surjective functions. And I think there's a proof method to, yeah, suppose that B is an element of B. Prove that there exists A and B for which f of A is equal to B. Okay. So let's go back to the definition of surjective. By definition of surjective function, if for every because I think we have to do it for both F and F. So for every B in B, there is an element A in A. I'm guessing it says such that, right? With F. With f of a equal b, and if for every c as an element of c, there is an b in b with f of b equaling c. Okay, that's the definition. Now we gotta put all those together. Okay, so I think this one's just direct proof, right? How to show this objective. Let us examine the subject. According to the definition, alt B, there exists an A, must show. So suppose B, okay, so I guess we're gonna have to do a direct one. So, the properties of being subjective is that for every element within the output, there has to exist one input, or at least exist an input. Well, technically, when we think about the horizontal roll up, I'm pretty sure it's probably like one input per output. Well, not per output, but like basically like there has to be just one. The input has to like go to an output like once. I'm starting to remember things that I probably forgot since like doing like pre-calculus. So I think they just use direct proof. So suppose, I think we gotta write it 2 times, right? Like, cause it says B, so we're gonna have to do, suppose B is an element of B, and suppose C is an element of big C. Oh. Thank you for the raid, Academy. I will give you a shout out too. If you guys are not familiar with the Academy of Useless Ideas, they are also another awesome math streamer. They love to stream any type of math that comes their way. So I suggest you should check out their channel, give them a follow, because you will probably learn a lot of things from Academy of Useless Ideas. But how is your stream? How is your stream, by the way? Hey Don, I'll give you a shout out too actually. If you guys are not familiar with Don Factorial, they are another awesome math streamer, but they're also learning a little bit of general relativity as well, so be sure to check out their content as well. Unfortunately not many viewers. No, it's okay, it's okay. I don't mind. I love getting raids. So far we got through 2 proofs, but I don't know if this one's correct, but this one chat was so kind enough to actually help me out with, so you know, I'm still struggling with proofs, so yeah. The stream was good though. We talked about combinations. Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. Yeah, Academy, I'm pretty sure you talk about a lot of interesting maths in your streams. Unfortunately, I probably can't understand a majority of the maths that you are so insightful of telling your chat. But I still try to follow along, like probably like maybe hopefully some of the little crumbs of knowledge you throw your chat's way somehow makes it into my head, and then suddenly like, wait, I remember something that Academy said like in one stream like a while ago. Maybe this is the idea I need to do to implement this idea or something like that, you know. I think that's how it is whenever I try to learn proofs from you guys. It's like you guys are like throwing me like breadcrumbs, but at the same time I'm just not assembling the ingredients to make the big loaf of bread yet. So suppose that may have been, and have to, so the goal, I should write the goal. The goal is to show there is A in A that leads to AF equals to B, and there is a B in B that leads to FB equals C. Okay, now, so since we have, excuse me, so since this is supposed to be surjective, and we have to use G of F here. So the first thing we should do is that we have to find, so maybe we should write let G of F A equal B. Oh wait, hold on, no. We probably should establish something first. There exists an A in A such that G of F A is equal to, and there exists a B in B such that G of B equal to C. Hopefully that is clear. So okay, I feel like we're like getting really close here, because I know basically like G after F A is equivalent to B, and then we know we have to have a B that exists that leads to C. So the first part is incorrect. There exists an A in A such that so that's not the right approach then? Because I know we have to show that G after F is subjective. See, the first part is incorrect. There exists an A. Let's see, there is an A in elementary. Okay, yeah, that might be the issue, yeah. So maybe we should erase this. Let's see, the first part is incorrect. There exists A such that, if wrong, it should be The approach is correct, but B is in B and right. Yeah, you're right. That doesn't make sense either. Yeah, because G is supposed to be from B to C. So suppose B is an element of B. So I guess we can just start from there. Let G. Question is that do I do it through G after F, or do I use G and F to basically let us come into the conclusion that G after F is subjective? Sleep that. Start with C and C. What does subjectivity of G tell you about the pre-image of C with respect to G? Yeah. That's right. That's what it should be. That's why it was looking funny. is in C, there exists B in B such that GB is equal to C. By the definition of a pre-image, B is equal to the inverse of GC. A surjective function doesn't necessarily have an inverse function. I think I wrote that because you said ask something about the pre-image. That's the reason why I wrote that there. What can you say about B using of F? Do the same thing as for G. combine together. Suppose C and C, what can we conclude? Actually, remember f of b is equal to b. And g of b is equal to c. I think that to formalize the proof, you should write that this is true for all C. Okay. I mean, I felt like I was following your lead, Menton, but yeah, like I didn't fully see it until like later on. Like probably like the C equal to GB and then the GB equaling G of FA. But yeah, so far this is... I mean, it was a struggle, but at the same time, it's like every time when I do these proofs, it feels like I'm not gonna remember the whole thing of how we did it, but it just feels like there's like a small muscle growing in me that's sort of like at least in my mind, it feels as if it's like I'm not gonna remember this whole thing, but at the same time, it just feels like it's like something new that's developing in my brain, if that makes any sense. Like, basically, I know the feel of, like, what it means to, I guess, like, tackle something a little bit abstract, if that makes any sense. I mean, you guys can critique my performance on these proofs whenever I do them. So far we did from 1 to 4 in exercise 4. I mean, hopefully I guess learn enough to be able to, like, go forward with the next couple problems. Because I think we have basically part 5 of 4 to do, and then exercise 5. And I think once exercise 5's done, we're done with this sheet. Right. Oops. But that's a detail. As long as you understood what you did, it's all good. What's with the music, Jose? Unless you're basically just liking the music we're playing in the background. Okay, guys, I think that will finish up for today's stream. We'll be back next week to continue on. I probably will also do some of these on my own. Try to see how I can get better at these. Hopefully ChatGPT will be able to, like, teach me the knowledge that you guys have taught me. Okay. So I think that will conclude for today's stream. Thank you for joining me today, guys. It's been a real pleasure to getting to know some new people in the chat. In addition to, like, basically talking to some basically people that have been on the stream for, like, since, like, the first time I started streaming. Damn, still doing dishes. Hey, and Semplex Pachinko. But thanks for joining me today, guys. I don't know if we should do a raid, but if you're watching this on YouTube, you know, all the links will be in the description down below if you want to actually catch the Twitch live streams, in addition to joining our Discord server. Or, you know, you can also follow me at my gaming channel and my Uncle Talks channel. But for people in the Twitch chat, I will put in the Discord if you would like to join us on Discord. We basically, like, I'll try to be, like, more active on the Discord server. I try to go into the study lounge whenever I feel like I have to actually pick up some studying to do. In addition, you guys can also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you would like to. And of course, for those of you who are watching this on YouTube, you know, hit the like, comment, subscribe, and, like, basically tell me what I can do to improve my proofwriting if you know about proofs in the comments down below. Alright, so let's see if there's anyone we can raid today. If not, then I'll just basically end stream. Let's see. guess we can give Dawn a raid. Cause already joined. Nice. Thanks, Jose. And so I will do the raid message. And I think we'll give Dawn's channel a raid. So we'll raid into Dawn Fractorial's channel. You'll be doing math in about 20, but Dawn is an excellent choice. Okay. Alright, no problem, Pachinko. I'll be sure to give you a raid the next time, if I'm fortunate enough to catch your stream during that time. But thanks for joining me today, guys. And always remember, everyone is precious. You guys are just as precious as everyone else. And I will see you guys in Dawn's channel. So take care, guys. Bye-bye.